So what I'm, so I want to become a teacher. I think teaching is great. I think teaching is good for the metaphorical soul. If I were a teacher, I'd be a gun-slinging, back-washing, rob dropping type of teacher. And so here's my three things I would do. The first thing I would do is I would quadruple the homework. Now you might be asking, why quadruple the homework in a college level? And the answer is that we live in a society where people just get more and more and more work, and I don't want to fight that. I want to fucking entertain that. So the best way to constantly make these students feel like they've earned it is that I give them, for the first 4 weeks, I give them quadruple the work. They are literally failing every other class because of me. And eventually they're going to say, oh, I really need to, either they go to the school board or they come to me. And so I just tell them, you're going to fucking fail it. Oh, and keep in mind, I want the position of I want, a required class. You cannot skip out on this. And, essentially, I tell them on the fourth week, hey, you know what? I feel like I've been a little bit too harsh on you. I'm going to lower the homework. And everyone cheers. And then the next week, they still cheer, even though I lowered it by 1/4. So they essentially have 3/4 of the homework when they originally had only 1/4 of the homework. Okay? I quadrupled it by 3 at the end of the day. But it's okay. Because they still have less homework. And it's all because of me. The second thing is I want to bring the paddle back. Oh yeah, I've always loved that paddle right there. Back when I was in my rural town of Chicago, the teacher always brought the paddle, holding it like a scythe on the ground, like the Grim Reaper. I never got hit. I mean, that's a lie. I always got hit. But it taught me valuable lessons. It taught me about respect, about dignity, about purity. You can't go wrong with purity. And so I'm going to essentially bring it back. And keep in mind, these aren't little kids. These are freaking college students. They're gonna feel all of it, and they're going to, some of them might sue, but to that I say, fuck it, because I'm with the school, and I've already gotten tenure from the school. Also, I want tenure, just FYI. And I need to and you can't fire me. So, there. You can't really fire me because of that. Instead, we all go to court about this. But then I change my mind. I say, you know what? All I did was unjust. So unjust that I'm gonna go try banning this within the state. And because I'm the only one who's still doing it, they're gonna have to say yes. That's how the law works, baby. So I essentially look like a hero. And I look like a hero to everyone who looks from the outside in. And so that's gonna be the plan. And so the third and final way I'm going to improve the school is just change up the grading system, okay? So originally, my plan was to give them A, B, C, Ds, but now, I was sitting down on the bench. I was feeding the birds, feeding the fishes, feeding the homeless people, a nice knuckle sandwich, and I decided, you know what? I feel like what I'm doing to this homeless person, I'm going to do it to my students. Because that's what they need to be strong, powerful adults. And so what I do is I essentially have, if they get a great grade, I put fantastic. You know what's going to happen next? On their grade sheet, it's going to say an F. Because that's what they deserve, an F, for trying to be an overachiever. That is not okay. That is just not okay. And for kids who do terribly, they're also going to get an F because they can't try. They have to try. They have to try to get good. They deserve enough too. And for kids who just do a little bit less better than expected, I'm going to put funnily best for B. And then I give them an F too. So I'm essentially going to have a C as the highest grade. Okay? And I'm going to make it obscure. I'm going to put in cloud. That's what I'm going to put in. I'm going to put in cloud as their grade. And they're going to be pretty confused. And I'm going to tell them, well, it's because you're not doing well. And they essentially, once they realize this sort of tactic, they have to go in a middle ground, for next year. Because the school board can't sue me because I put fantastic on it. I know how the law works, okay? So I essentially make students just go in the middle of the road because that's what they should really expect in life. Just essentially them being as middle of the road and toast bland as possible. And those are my great ideas for this great school. So am I hired?